I'm rolling down the hall with my Bible scriptures. This word help protect me from the vultures. I can't let the seed fall in hard mud. I'm breaking in new lanes and I'm making a thud. Blessings on Noah, getting ready to flood. Revelations got me shook as I read the holy book. Jeremiah clue me in, destination already booked. Plant me by the water, about to go deep with my roots. Wherever my...
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Miss Nina, aka Nina Fit.
It's Miss Valletta.
And we have the voice of choice, D-Lizzy. And we want to say welcome back to Gospel
Not
Gossip. Hey, we are back. Welcome back. Welcome back. The gospel's back. Pow.
Oh, boom.
Wait, before we get started, hey, if anybody can figure out where that song originated from, what TV show?
What TV show?
That was a theme song.
That was
for.
a theme.
You're gonna have
song.
to dig way back.
In the
got some free
archives.
merch
Way
for you.
before y'all time.
What you
I
got?
got some free merch. for you.
More merch giveaway. Brr, 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 brr. See, the voice of choice is in the he's house. Okay, giving y'all some great things in them. So welcome to week 4 of September's fall. Yeah, y'all, we are back and we have another great moment in the Bible, story in the Bible. These, I like to call them Bible characters, but I need to let y'all know this really happened to people. Okay, and the funny thing is when they say nothing new is under the sun, nothing new is under the sun, because this will still be happening right now. Okay, so yeah, we have another fall in the Bible, and so far we talked about pride. Pride and jealousy. We talked about falling from forgiveness, sight, and knowledge. We talked about what was the other one? Oh, the fall of man. How we fell into shame. How you could fall into shame, fall into guilt, and now this is a good one. I think everybody pretty much know this one. Do we not? Look! The ladies are swinging their head. Can y'all guess, ladies? I ain't got none.
Sorry, y'all, we got
I ain't got none, but
You the after.
I'm the after.
You the after.
That's that cool right there.
Do y'all know what we got up next? What's the fall? What we got today, Miss Oletta?
We about to touch on this Samson and then Delilah.
Scandalous.
I told y'all.
She was the real scandal. The real scandal before Scandal, that's on TV or whatever that was out.
She was the real Mona Lisa.
She was the D-Lizzy did bring up it's sort of like the Mona Lisa song by Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne or whatever. Don't act like y'all don't know and y'all don't listen to that music, because y'all do.
If I do, I know y'all do.
Right? So we're talking about Samson and Delilah. Skanka dang 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 dang. Okay, and how is this fall of this is a couple kind of falls.
Yeah, because you got temptation.
Fall into temptation.
You have that betrayal.
Fall into betrayal.
I mean, even his foundation, like Samson.
Come on,
Baby boy, you
Come
know how
on.
you was raised.
come on. And I think he,
Fall from grace.
fall from grace. And I love this because even like sort of like the story with Moses, we know, and before we get further, okay, I'm not going to even make that point. I'll make it when we get to that point in the story before I give everything away. But yeah, so we are in Judges today, y'all. We're going to start we're going to skip around a little bit, okay?
But we're going to start in Judges 13.
We're going to start in Judges 13 just to give y'all a little backstory. So Miss Willetta.
Okay, so we're going to Okay.
Okay, we
can hear
back.
me. Okay. So we're going to focus on the birth of Samson, because that foundation is going to give y'all an understanding about where he comes from and how everything's tied in before we get to the drama of it all. Again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord. So the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years.
It's a long time.
Lord have mercy, I wish y'all just act right.
Can we?
A certain man of Zorah named Manoah from the clan of the Danites had a wife who was sterile and remained childless. So the poor lady couldn't have no kids.
Yeah.
The angel of the Lord appeared. Now, I'm sorry, I got to insert this. Y'all know every time an angel of the Lord appears, something finna pop off. Just remember that.
Brr, 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 brr. I wonder if they had those sounds back in the day. Angel of the Lord just appeared. Brr, 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 brr.
There you go.
Now there's more like a
I know. Dramatic. So the angel of the Lord appeared to her and said, "You are sterile and childless."
Why would he just come and tell her what she already know? First of all, yo, okay.
You all in my uterus?
Hello, somebody.
But you're going to conceive and have a son. Okay, see, we clowning, but he was like, "I know you can't have no babies. However,
Nevertheless,
God got these."
oh, that nevertheless.
Now see to it that you drink no wine or other fermented drink, and that you do not eat anything unclean, because you will conceive and give birth to a son. No razor may be used on his head, because the boy is to be a Nazarite,
wow.
set apart to God from birth.
Say that again. Say that again.
No razor may be used on his head, because the boy is to be a Nazarite, set apart to God from birth.
Set apart from birth.
Yeah, already have that on this child.
Already. Glory.
And he will begin the deliverance of Israel from the hands of the Philistines.
From 40 years? We gotta wait for this little baby? This little baby gonna show up and deliver us? This little baby.
Talking about the pressure.
Sorry.
No, I'm just thinking like
This little
like we
baby.
said, the angel of the Lord.
Brr, brr,
and
brr,
now
brr.
the baby.
The babies.
We didn't have this story before, right? In a different format.
Y'all know deliverance. What story was that, y'all? Tell us what story that is. Drop it in the comments with a little baby. I find it to be so amazing. These instructions are so detailed from before. Look, oh my Lord.
Baby not even conceived yet. Like he not even.
For I knew you before I formed you in your mama's womb.
Hello.
So your parents even have to have obedience to bring it in. That's how you know your parents is a vessel.
Yes, because think about that. If that angel's saying, "Hey, no wine, no fermented drinks, no unclean thing," so she had to follow those rules for Samson to even come into existence.
She had to be obedient also, which was contingent on bringing her son forth, which bringing the plan of God, because they was in captivity. And what God. Listen, it says God. The Israelites did evil, so the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines. Sometimes when you in a tough situation or jam, like Martin used to say, you was in a jammy jam. The Lord might have put you there because you might have been disobedient, and now he's even asking to be delivered. The mother has to follow obedience to bring forth his plan, and then we're gonna go forth, right? So it also said he was to be set apart and not a razor to touch this boy's head. Okay, he was a pretty boy. What they call him? Pretty Ricky? No, they call him Samson. Okay. Sorry. They called him Samson. Let me not. Okay. We shall not add to this Bible. So they was delivered into the hand of the Philistines, but we want to jump down now to chapter 14. Samson is grown. He is born. His hair, they said, helped him have great strength. He was a
Everybody didn't
then
know
everybody
that, didn't know about that.
They didn't know it was there. Only him and his parents knew, right? And they were supposed to keep that amongst themselves. And so Samson grown now. He had an age where he could get married. And mind you, they was delivered into the hand. They was given into the hand of the Philistines. Then the Lord brought Samson forth to deliver them from the Philistines. So let's talk about Samson's marriage in chapter 14. It says, Samson went down to Timnah and saw there a young Philistine woman. When he returned, he said to his father and mother, I have seen a Philistine woman in Timnah. Now get her for me as my wife. First of all, his tone had to be a little disrespectful.
You ain't got the same
Because
parents I had.
it definitely not.
I would have dope popped him in his eye.
Come on now, okay? His father and mother, both of his parents, on one accord agreed and said, isn't there an acceptable woman among your relatives or among all our people? Must you go to the uncircumcised Philistines to get a wife? Don't that sound familiar again?
That sounds like they live in Alabama. A relative? Because you know it's legal. You can marry your relatives in Alabama.
Well, far removed. Don't marry your first cousin, second
matter,
cousin.
it's
Oh
still
Lord. Okay, but they say your relatives, meaning
That means all of
the Israelites and somebody among your people. God,
want you to marry
Lord,
your cousin.
please
Well,
don't.
they need to write that in there. Very, very.
Wait a minute, that's Alabama. Where was they at? Yo, all right. Oh no, for real. So he said, get her for me. She's the right one for me. His parents did not know that this was from the Lord, who was seeking an occasion to confront the Philistines, for at that time they were ruling over Israel. So he was trying to get Samson into position, God, and to figure some things out. It says Samson went down to Timnah together with his father and mother. As they approached the vineyards of Timnah, suddenly a young lion came roaring towards them. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him in power, so that he tore the lion apart with his bare hands, as he might have torn a young goat. So first of all, he wanted a woman who was a Philistine woman, but that was in the plan of God. I just want y'all to pay. That one was in the plan of God. It was part of God's plan. So then where we going, Miss Willetta?
Then we need to skip forward to, was it Judges 16?
16. Yes.
Okay, so now we're about to introduce Delilah. So Judges 16, we're going to start with 1. One day, Samson went to Gaza, where he saw a prostitute. First strike.
So this ain't even Delilah who we're referencing. This is a whole nother woman first.
We got to pay attention.
The Lord ain't lead him here. I just want you to know. The Lord didn't lead him.
They like putting these women of the nights in here. Okay.
Oh,
He went in to spend the night with her. Ooh, boy, you are wicked in your ways.
First of all, right.
Fornication, Lord Jesus.
So what happened to the first wife? Okay, let's go back a little bit. So his first wife, the first Philistine, he didn't like her because she told the secrets to he told the riddle to some people, and only his wife knew what the answer to the riddle was. Y'all have to go back and read your Bible to get the rest of the story. And his wife gave it up. So basically, someone you're supposed to be secret with, like here, besties, is telling your secrets, and it's like, why would you do that? Right? Yeah. He fell out of trust with her. And I'm going to break down what each woman meant in his life afterwards. But go ahead. So
then the people of Gaza were told, Samson is here. So they surrounded the place. They surrounded the place and lay in wait for him all night at the city gate. They made no move during the night, saying, at dawn we will kill him. And that was all a setup. He's not using his discernment. Here
Hello.
we go. But Samson lay there only until the middle of the night. Then he got up and took hold of the doors of the city gate, together with 2 posts, and tore them loose, bar and all.
You strong? You strong.
See, they want him killed.
He's strong with a K.
He's showing out.
He's strong with a K.
Yo, okay. So, quick question: is it just me, but have y'all ever looked at Greek mythology, but then look back to the Bible and see where they got what?
Yes.
Where they took it from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I believe because
they definitely.
Samson sounds a lot like Hercules. But
We gonna go there. He lifted them to his shoulders and carried them to the top of the hill that faces Hebron.
So we noticed that after so Samson and his first wife got a divorce or whatever. She wound up marrying one of his friends. She was so scandalous, or whoever his first wife was. He never got married again. This is why he's with a prostitute. So first of all, he fell into distrust. He had no trust. But he kept falling for the same kinds of women.
Yeah, that's the problem with the situation, because you're looking at him like, you know, sometimes people say about, oh, you're going to marry somebody like your father or your mother or whatever.
And
His mother was the
complete opposite, child.
Of what he's looking at.
Child. Okay, go.
And he falling for these women that are of the people that he's supposed to
be.
Conquer.
Hello, somebody. Come, somebody. Get Samson.
That's just proof to let you know when you don't do what God has planned for you, it's always gonna fail.
Right, somewhere along the line, because the first time it says that God sent him, it was part of the Lord, right? Somewhere, go back and read, y'all. Start from chapter 13 and read it. You'll see where he went off from the plan of God when he started to do things that he wasn't supposed to do. It's somewhere also in between when he went and he tore the lion mouth open and something with honey in the skull. Y'all need to pay attention because there's some things that he's not supposed to do. Go back and read your Bibles.
So sometime later, he fell in love with a woman in the valley of Sarek, whose name was Delilah.
Dun, 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 dun.
The rulers of the Philistines went to her and said, "See if you can lure him into showing you the secret of his great strength and how we can overpower him so we may tie him up and subdue him. Each one of us will give you 1,100 shekels of silver."
Delilah fell into greed. She was just a greedy,
Hard
scandalous child.
Delilah said to Samson, "Tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued." Now, a reminder what Miss Nina was saying about him, what he fell into with his wife, his ex-wife now, how he had issues with trust. As we go through this, we're going to see his issues of trust are still there.
Yep. Yes, it
Even with
is.
Delilah.
Yep.
So Samson answered her, "If anyone ties me with 7 fresh thongs that have not been dried, I'll become as weak as any other man."
Lie, Samson.
First off,
He played too much.
He ain't lying by omission. He just flat out lied.
Yes.
that was straight
Yes.
up
Right? Wasn't that on our last game show? Have you ever lied about for a moment? He just lied.
flat out. Then the rulers of the Philistines brought her 7 fresh thongs that had not been dried, and she tied him with them. With men hidden in the room, she called to him, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." But he snapped the thongs as easily as a piece of string snaps when it comes close to a flame. So the secret of his strength was not discovered.
Then what happened, Miss Valletta?
Then Delilah said to Samson, "You have made a fool of me. You lied to me. Come now, tell me how can you be tied?"
He fell into stupid.
I mean, for real. Look,
Wow.
she just told you lied to me. That she letting you know I'm trying to set you up, bro.
Like,
The people were like he said, the Philistines, like, not to be funny, you're a Philistine woman, right?
right.
So then the Philistines are coming and you got them in the room. So like he knows.
And she's tied you up on purpose. The very thing that you said that will take away your strength, even if it wasn't true. And you are dumb. He fell into stupid.
What's that? Who's song that? That's that old school song. Y'all should know this when I say, "You lied to me."
Hey. Why you
You
lie?
lied to me. But you should have known.
It was obvious. It was right there in your face.
I don't care what. You know what? I'm keep
But right, and so then what happens again? She flipped the script. She's so manipulative. You lied to me. I heard. Have you ever been like that with someone where someone did something to you and now they flipping the table and trying to say it's you? Like, how dare you? It's like, what kind of weirdness? So what
Narcissistic.
foolish Samson go ahead and do?
He said, "If anyone ties me securely with new ropes that have never been used, I'll become as weak as any other man." So Delilah took new ropes and tied him with them. Then with men hidden again in the room, she called to him, "Samson, the Philistines are upon you." But he snapped the ropes off his arms as if they were threads.
Okay, the first time I might have thought it was a joke, but you did exactly like he fell into blindness. You chose to be blind.
Yeah, that was choice. That was straight up choice.
Fool me once.
Come
shame
on,
you.
Deleezy, tell me.
Fool me twice. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Deleezy, what are you thinking? She's proven to you, she's showing you, but you're choosing to be blind who she is. But because you have trust issues and you probably now feel lonely, you don't trust nobody. You don't even trust yourself. You don't even trust what you're seeing.
Hello.
Huh. Right in your face.
Trips. My grandma used to say trips. 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 Okay.
Delilah then said to Samson, until now you have been making a fool of me.
Here she go, being a
again,
virgin.
and lying to me. Tell me, how can you be tied? Now the funny part is she asking the same
Question.
over and over.
Nagging.
And she's a Philistine woman.
He didn't get suspicious. I'd have been a little suspicious. Like, why you keep asking me
Why
about
you wanna
this?
tie me up.
Right. What
and
kind
keep me tied up?
of kinky stuff you into? Like, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. So then he replied, if you weave the 7 braids of my hand into the fabric on the loom and tighten it with the pen, I'll become as weak as any other man. So while he was sleeping, Delilah took the 7 braids of his head, wove them into the fabric, and tightened it with the pen. Again, she called to him, Samson, the Philistines are upon you. He awoke from his sleep, pulled up the pen and the loom with the fabric.
3 times.
That's too much.
Fool me once.
Still.
Why you still with her, man?
Right, 3 times. And I believe the Lord allowed it to have it 3 times. This time he got closer to where his hair is.
Yeah.
This is a true definition of a toxic relationship.
True.
Yes.
Is this not a toxic relationship when you tell somebody what will hurt you and they go and try and do it even if it doesn't? I'm sorry. I got to admit, confession time. I used to be one of those. I used to date somebody and I used to purposely try and do stuff to make them cry because I just was so evil. My heart wasn't right. I can admit that. And I used to just purposely break up with them because I knew it was going to make them cry. Delilah spirit. What? I'm confessing. Now, let me be real with y'all because I know some of y'all are out there being manipulative too. When you realize someone love you enough or care about you enough and you purposely go and you push them to the extent to hurt them, why do we do that?
Come on, that's just not right.
That's not right.
Because you wouldn't want that to happen.
Yeah,
to you.
and trust me, it happened to me, and whoo,
Ooh.
You weren't ready, huh?
That was a...
it was
How did
like,
that humble pie taste?
oh Lord, never
It sounds
again.
good, but it was bitter, huh?
And God had to let me go through it because let me tell you something. He will teach you. He gonna show you better than he can tell you.
Yes.
Oh, you thought what you was doing to somebody? Okay,
What's that saying? I can show you better.
I can show you. And listen. Oh Lord, I'm so happy I've been delivered. That was the worst. Like I felt it, and I never felt true heartache, truthfully like that before. But then after that, I didn't go through it once. I went through it back to back to back 10 times. It doesn't come around the way you put it out. It comes back worse than that.
So,
I'm gonna just tell y'all.
Look, since we're talking about different things here and all this here, tie it back to music. So on the new Jasmine Southern album, there's in between her songs, she has snippets of women talking about their stories, right? So there's this one woman. She met somebody, everything was great. They got engaged. Then she met the best friend. Her and the best friend went out one night, and they ended up sleeping together, and it broke the fiance's heart.
Oh.
But she said it was so painful for her because all the years she was the ones getting cheated
Yeah.
on. And for her to know that pain and to know she inflicted that pain on somebody else, that's what killed her more than anything.
So, glory. All right, y'all.
Well, then here we go. I'm gonna go to
Miss
15.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
That's
This
something.
is where she gonna get like it's more than manipulation because we were just talking about somebody you really care about, somebody you love. Watch what she does now. Then she said to him, "How can you say I love you when you won't confide in me? This is the 3rd time you have made a fool of me, and haven't told me the secret of your
She's
great
still the
strength."
victim. He don't see that he's the victim yet. Oh, because that strength was going to his head. What made him keep trusting her? What make him keep doing that? Sometimes you in relationships or in friendships with somebody and you won't believe what you're seeing or what they doing with your own eyes,
Right.
and you keep going. What makes us? I asked this question like, what makes us keep doing this?
As well, read that again. She said, if how you say you love me, what?
How can you say I love you when you won't confide in me?
Okay,
So she flipping his words on him.
yeah. So that bring you back. In relationships, if you love me, then you'll don't fall for it.
Listen.
Don't fall for it.
That's how some people, and let me tell you something, and let me speak into y'all real quick, because some of y'all live in inner cities, and y'all think these little boys and these girls on the corner, and they tell you, if you love me, and I'm just going to have a real moment with y'all, because we sometimes got to talk about real life situations with y'all. You'll carry this for me. You'll do this for me in these packs. Miss Nina been to jail before, and a lot of the young girls in there that I've been in jail with, they was doing something for a boyfriend, and they the one who got caught up. Meaning you can go and you can do something for somebody, and now you're caught up because they said, if you love me. And at the end of that, they got left, and he moved on to somebody else. What is it? Love is Blind, that song by Eve. It will take over your mind. What you think is love is really not. Come on, Bishop Eve.
Not even that. Check this out. To that, had a friend in high school. Boyfriend said, if you love me, you'll do this with me. She got pregnant.
Right.
He left. Never seen the child ever.
Again. If you love me, you should say, if you love me, you'll wait. If you love me, you wouldn't put me in risky situations, which Samson should have said to Delilah, why you keep trying to put me in risky situations? He was falling into blindness because he was falling into lust. He was doing things he was falling out of line with the plan of God.
Correct. He's doing it his way.
Right. Come on.
With such nagging, she probed him day after day until he was tired to death.
Till he was tired.
Not no tired to death, because what led to death?
Yes.
You
Yes.
was tired. You was just tired of her. But to death, you let her lead you down the wrong path.
Come on, young men. Leave them nagging girls alone that's nagging you to do something. What's that movie, ATL, when the girl was nagging him to be in the part in the movie ATL, when she was like, or you know how those young girls, not even that. What was the other movie, that Medea movie, when Tiana Taylor was, Byron. But the girl, Lauren London, right, that's who was in there, and she was telling Bow Wow, Shawn Moss that you need to just go sell a little pack real quick. You need to just go on the corner because you ain't making no real money, and I need to be taken care of. Young men, listen, sis could wait. Tell her to find somebody else. It ain't you. See, I got something for both of y'all, both sides of the field. It works both ways. Go ahead.
Hello. So he told her everything. No razor has ever been used on my head, he said, because I have been a Nazarite set apart to God since birth. Boy, you can tell all your doggone secrets. If my head were shaved, my strength would leave me, and I would become as weak as any other man.
Wow. Wow.
Only people that was holding this was him, his mother, and his father.
His daddy. You your daddy, son.
Angel told your mother this.
You your
And
daddy,
he
son.
gave it up to Lil Hooch.
To Lil Hooch.
Wait, hold on.
Not the Lil Hooch.
I know Pastor Jay, he kind of preaching against this statement, but I got to say this one because in this statement is true. Snitches get stitches.
Child. You little hooch.
So,
He told, and what happened? What happened when he told?
So when Delilah saw that he told her everything, she sent word again to the rulers of the Philistines, come back once more. He has told me everything. So the rulers of the Philistines returned with silver in their hands, having put him to sleep. Wait a minute. Silver, they're already paying you, girl, for it.
Hello.
Silver in the hands, having put him to
Listen.
sleep. On her lap. Ooh, Jesus. She called the man to shave off the 7 braids of his hair, and so began to subdue him, and his strength left him. Then she called, Samson, the Philistines are upon you. He awoke from his sleep and thought, I'll go out as before and shake myself free. But he did not know the Lord had left him.
Had left him. How many times does God give you a chance to get out of a situation after he show you who somebody is, and you still keep going?
He got it.
At some point in time, God said, I'm going to have to show you. Because the real story is the strength wasn't in his hair. It was in his dedication to God. It was in his obedience. Do not let a razor touch your head. And you knew this. But you went and you told your secrets. It's hard for God to trust people. It says God can be a friend, but God don't trust everybody. He trusted Moses. right? He asked Noah. He trusted Noah to build the ark. God's close friends. He trusts with certain things. This was his dedication. You told the secret. Like I said, your hair is a dedication. Don't move. That's your obedience to me. You went and you told this hoochie. Ain't nothing but a hoochie mama, hoochie mama. She ain't not sorry. I don't know where they come from, y'all. I'm like a jukebox. Help me.
She is the human jukebox.
I'm gonna start calling it your squirrel moment.
Oh my God.
Squirrel, right? It is my squirrel moment, y'all. Come on, help me, okay? And he trusted her with that, and that was a problem. We have a question on Judges 16 and then answer it. Can you ask those questions real quick? Because this is what happened. It wasn't in his hair. It was in his dedication, obedience to God, because it says the Lord is our strength, right? Mm-hmm. It says the joy of the Lord is our strength. In our weakness, God's strength is made perfect, right? So what happened here? What's this quizzer we have?
So we're going to throw these bonus out there. So they're like, how did Samson wear his long hair? I said it. She did. And then the other one, why did Samson become weak after losing his hair? Ms. Nina just laid it all out.
I did. So answer those questions for us. We have the answer. You get what I'm saying? I literally did. And we can answer that, but I want to just give y'all a background on some of these women. They labeled Delilah a scheming seductress, but let's go from the character profile of the woman in Samson's life. It says his mother, which Miss Willetta was already touching on, how he went complete opposite about Mariam. It says her situation, she was the wife of a Manoah and the Dananite, and she was barren. She couldn't have children, right? And her weakness was she had a barren womb. Her story, the angel of the Lord told her she would have a son. She was to observe the Nazarite vow while she was pregnant. There's a Nazarite vow that goes on, right? And she was to observe it. So the Lord came and gave her strength, made her womb to be able to produce. Then her significance. She is a godly example of practical sensibility and encouragement. She responded to her husband's fears and her son's demands with wisdom. Samson fell out of wisdom. He fell into stupid. He fell blind. He fell into a trap several times. How you fall into practice traps and still don't see it?
Yeah, it's like the same thing. Like, oh, girl didn't change up nothing, not even the words, and he's still like, ooh.
Right. It says his wife, the first one he married, Samson saw her in Timea and demanded her. See, that's why I said he demanded her as his wife. The men of Timena used her to persuade Samson to explain a riddle. It's always somebody else using these women. Mm-hmm. This is why it's sacred. When you're in relationships, those ships, it's a bond that you have to have, because how she get persuaded? You belong to him. It says her significance. She's an example of a nagging petulance. She used tears and manipulation to get what she wanted from her husband.
First manipulative female.
That don't sound like his mama at all. Mm-mm. Then it was the prostitute. Samson saw her in Gaza and went to bed with her. The men of Gaza used her in an attempt to ambush Samson.
Again.
I got a point right after this. Although scripture does not mention her role in the attempt to ambush Samson, she played a part in his downfall. Do you hear that? Downfall. He fell down. Ooh. Mm-hmm. And then it says Delilah. Samson fell in love with this woman who lived in the Sorek Valley. Her story is the Philistine leaders used her to discover the source of Samson's great strength so they could overpower him. Her significance, she is an example of greedy sensuality. She used deceit and lust to destroy Samson. All these women was used by other men. Only his mama was used by God.
Big difference.
His mama was used by God, but Samson kept falling for other women who was being used by men, other men. And because he started with trust issues, and I don't know why, because his mother, but see, it's somewhere in the story, go back and read it. Samson deceived his parents. Mm-hmm. By doing what he get fed them from the dead carcass. He wasn't even supposed to touch the dead. Come on, y'all, go back and read that. The cleanseness, right? And he went ahead and did that, and he fell. Miss Willetta, it's on another page that gives a little bit over about his parents. Can we read that? Samson had great parents, and didn't take heed to them. at all, which is kind of disappointing. Sometimes you don't take heed to great advice, or you don't always grow up in the example that is set for you. I know what Samson, my brother, I love my brother, but he was not raised the way he's living right now.
Okay, so Samson had great parents. This one, you're going to see more details in Judges 13. He had a great body, but history's super jock was a spiritual flop.
Child. Yo.
Super jock. For all his exploits, Samson failed to free his people from the Philistine rule, which was his whole reason for being born.
Whole purpose.
In fact, he never tried.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause he was pretty much playing with them every time.
Right. He wasn't really doing that because he was just showing off, wanting to do other stuff and flirting with the girls.
Yep. In fact, he never tried, and his battles were for personal revenge. I merely did to them what they did to me. That's what it was said in Judges 15:11. You may have a great talent, athletic, artistic, scholastic, but how you use your talent is what counts. Use it selfishly, and in the long run, your talent won't help you or anyone else. Commit your talent to God and use it to serve others, and you'll be a success. That's what you're talking about, those talents.
Hello, y'all.
Those gifts from
He
God.
failed to turn it over to God to do God's will. He failed to do it, and so he had a fall. God allowed it. He tried to help him. He was showing him, and he still didn't see. I'm with the wrong people. This woman, how you fall in love with this woman who is something like your other woman, but your other woman ain't even tie you up, but she had the same tendencies of telling your business. Mm-hmm. Telling all your business. He had great parents. I think we can see with Samson, he fell into lust. He fell into temptation.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
He fell blind because he couldn't see what was right in front of him, and he fell out of a line with what God had for him, his whole purpose, his whole talent, instead of wanting to do it himself. I mean, that's the lesson right there, y'all. You got to be careful with these relationships that you get into, and who you think you love, you might not love, and who your parents are telling you, and those who are older in your life who might have a little bit more experience, because his parents did say you couldn't find nobody else. Why would you want? And then once he got a taste of that, he kept going for these same kind of women.
Yeah.
Do you notice? Do you have a pattern in your dating life, and y'all little dating, little clique or friendship? Do you have a pattern? This might be a pattern. You might think everybody else the problem, but maybe you're the problem in the choice you're making.
And you need to break it.
God is trying to tell you something.
If everything
God is trying to tell
that means the
you
common
something.
denominator is you.
Listen, God is trying to tell you something, and you need to clean it up. Sorry. All right.
Listen.
So that is Samson and Delilah. Y'all, that is our lesson. We want you to look closer into your relationships and realize maybe you have outgrown some people, and if people are showing you things, whether you're in a relationship, be careful when people say, if you love me, you would do this. Love will not put you in greater danger than needed. And remember to submit and commit your talents unto God, because God have put you here for a purpose, not for selfish gain, selfless. He was supposed to deliver a whole people. And it started through his mother. Everybody else used those women, but God used his mother. You could tell when God is using somebody in your life for your benefit, opposed against it. So you guys need to be more careful. And, that's our lesson for today.
Yes, I think this was a really good one.
Did y'all learn anything today? This is week 4.
Can I come back next month?
You come back next month, D. Leezy, the voice of choice.
All right.
You can come back. So y'all, that's our September fall. We got to be careful. We're not falling into pride. We're not falling away from forgiveness and falling out of sight and knowledge, that we are not just falling into shame, falling into lust, temptation, and falling blind on purpose. Like you choose to close your eyes on purpose. You want to be careful. These are our September fall lessons, and we hope that the grace of God continues to fall on your life.
Yep, and direct your path.
Okay? And we hope that these lessons fell onto fleshy hearts so they can take root. The seed can be planted, because that's all why we're really here. And we thought this was great. How did you enjoy all 4 weeks, Miss Willetta?
Awesome.
Booyah. So guess what time it is or whatever?
Ooh.
Game time. Time to get the game time, y'all. So we'll see you in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. And hello.
How are you?
Welcome to Game Time News. All right, nah, we joking. Welcome to Game Time, y'all. We back or whatever. We got some game time for y'all. And today we are playing Pass and Go. So we already know the rules of this game. If you feel like you can't answer the question by yourself, you could pass it and you can have a team member help you out, and the prize will double to $15. You'll get $5 and the one who help you answer will get $10. But if you just say go and you can answer it on your own, you will still get $5 and you can have the shmoney for yourself. Okay, so we got some good questions in the house, right? First of all, it's coming from today's lesson, so we hope you was paying attention or whatever. Okay, so you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Am I asking a question? You asking a question? You asking a question? You got one question?
I got one question.
Okay, cool. Let's do it or whatever.
Okay, so we know there was a lot of things in the story that focused on what was it that took away the strength of Samson. We want to know what thing was used specifically to take away his strength.
Wow. What was used specifically to take away Samson's strength? You can either pass this question and tag the person. You got to write pass in the comments and tag the person you want to help you, and then we'll know who you teamed up with. Or just put go and put the answer, and then the prize is yours. Okay. We have another question. Pass and go. Pass and go. Okay. What is the Nazarite vow?
We talked on it like twice in those scriptures.
Is the Nazarite vow. You remember, pass and go. You can put pass and say pass it. Who you passing it to? Like it's a team sport. Pass the ball and see if they can help you, because you get the assist. That's the assist, right? Or whatever. You still got some points. But go if you just going to take the shot yourself, and you could win $5. Okay. And remember, we are still teaching you guys to tithe. So, come on, this ain't spin and win. We got the 5 on it still, whatever. And make sure you are tithing. And also, this would be great with the pass and go. You need to pass on this information that we have a game time like this, so you can also win this back to school giveaway. Do not forget, invite somebody, right?
Yeah,
invite somebody.
Get to this.
Right, so we can win. We want you to win. We know what time it is. It's game time, so therefore you can know what time it is, and then tell your peoples to tell your friends, tell our friends that we can all be friends. Come on. All right, y'all, and that is game time. Make sure you put in your questions, but first also screenshot. Make sure you screenshot. We need evidence or whatever, because I don't know you like that. I'm joking, but make sure you screenshot. That's a contingent to win the prize. And we're about to get back to the show and wrap this up. See you in a bit. And we are here or whatever. It is the end of our show. It's the end of this series. September's fall. Don't you fall too sad, because we will be back with a new series. This series was good. I like this series. I like talking about these.
Yeah, we touched a lot of lessons.
Yes.
Bible stories.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank Dee Leezy for being a part. She was our commentator and our game time instructor over there. Thank you, Dee Leezy. Producer extraordinaire. Miss Valletta was here all 4 weeks. We was in this building. We was up here just coming to y'all, presenting to y'all on how to not trip and fall. Because sometimes on this walk, you tripping, you falling, you can't get up. But you got to get up. If you call out to God, you can get up. For certain. God, call out to him. See, Samson should have called out to God and asked him for some discernment, because boy, sup with him, bro. Who this woman, Harpo? Who are this woman here, Harpo?
So how you gonna go from DMX to
I don't know.
Purple?
I'm sorry. It just happens sometimes, all right? Because he should have asked God who this woman is. Okay. Never go. That's what happens when you try and do things in your own strength. God will show you who really is that. Okay, we gonna go back up. But anyway, y'all, before y'all fall away from this broadcast, we want to make sure that you guys are following us on all our social media platforms. We are on Facebook at Amtha. We are on TikTok at nextgenministries.twc. We are also on that thing with the bird. It's called Twitter at Amplify Team Men 1. And we definitely on IG, where you should be sending those screenshots, okay? At Amplify Team Ministry. And then
during the week on there.
During the week. Okay, and we on Zoom on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Small group Wednesdays where we get in a chat, we converse with you, we teach new stories, we watch movies, games, we laugh, we cry, we just talk to each other honestly. All in there. It's an intimate setting. We need you to join us and invite a friend because it's gonna help you win the prize. Yep, for your challenge. It's part of the challenge. This challenge is steep. Okay, and then also we're right here on YouTube. Make sure you are pressing subscribe and turn on the bell, okay? And sometimes just share this broadcast. If you ever want to just have a conversation with a friend and it's something you can't explain, we always have a ton more of our videos still posted on our YouTube page, so you can share the gospel and not the gossip, y'all. Hello somebody. This is what we here for, whatever. Okay. And we just want to say thank you for joining us on week 4 of September's fall and the wrap of this series on gospel,
not
gossip. See y'all